Hey Monroe students, how are you guys doing? This is Mr. Long. I'm going to go over a demonstration on displacement and buoyancy that was assigned you guys. And if you guys haven't had a chance to try it, you guys should definitely send me a picture of your design and tell me how it went. We're going to keep it pretty simple today and talk about buoyancy and displacement. So I'm going to flip this around and show you the materials we're going to use. All right, you guys, it's pretty simple right here. Instead of pennies, I already had a container full of quarters for the laundromat, so I'm going to use quarters. I've got 2 pieces of foil, aluminum foil, or as Miss Faruqi would have said, aluminium. And they're 12 inches by 12 inches approximately. I've got a template to make something round, hint, hint. And then I'm going to show you in this little tub of water talk about displacement, buoyancy, and be thinking about things like how the heck does an aircraft carrier stay floating in the water when it's made out of thousands of tons of steel and concrete and asphalt? So be thinking about things like that, large objects that float on the water. All right, so let's talk about design. So what I'm going to do is, and of course I'm not set up like a professional YouTuber or anything like that with tripods and everything, so we'll make the best of this. I'm going to set my money aside. All right, my first design, I'm just going to make a little square boat. So I'm going to fold the sides in, all right? And you're just going to fold it in until you have a little square bolt with some sides. And remember, the higher the sides you go, the more you can hold in this. If you have low sides, it's going to sink. If you have high sides, it's going to stay afloat longer. So let me set this down and I'll come back with a finished product. All right, so now once I've got my boat created, and I simply kept folding the sides around the piece of foil. And for you Boy Scouts like Alex and Lorenzo, who I know are in Scouts, you guys make these. These are foil cook packets. You put your food in there and you fold them up and you fold them up and you fold them up and you throw them in a fire and it steams them, cooks them good. Anyway, so here's our little boat, quote unquote boat. I would say the sides are about 1.5 inches to 2 inches high. It's not perfectly straight. It doesn't have to be. All right, now we're going to see if this floats. And voila. Just so you know, there's water in there. All right, now we're going to keep track of how many quarters I could put in there before it sinks. My guess, what do you guys think? 10? 20? All the quarters? Now remember, the experiment originally called for pennies. Quarters are bigger, and they're about the same density, but they're just bigger, so they're going to have more mass. All right? Now remember, mass is the amount of atoms in stuff. And that creates density. So this is just regular tap water, okay? If this was salt water, it would float better because that water has a higher density. Because what's in the water? That's right, salt. And the salt dissolves in the water, making it more dense. That's why if you guys have ever been to the ocean, or if you ever get a chance to go to the ocean, it's much easier to float in the ocean than it is in a swimming pool. It's much easier to swim and float in Salt Lake in Utah than it is the ocean because, what's the name of the lake? Salt Lake. So it has a higher density because of all the salt. Oh, stupid chemo fingers. I can't hang on to nothing. All right, so let's do, what do I got here? I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Here's 10. We'll start with 10 quarters. We'll see what happens. Now, I'm trying to get them in the middle. Why? Because I don't want it to tilt to one side or the other. I want it down. Okay? Now, what is also happening here is we're having displacement of the water. And what I mean by displacement, it's this. As the foil boat goes down in the water, goes down, okay? It is pushing the water up the side of the tub. This is a really cool thing you can do, easy thing to do with just a plain glass of water. You could put quarters in there, and maybe I'll show you that after we do this experiment. So let's do 10 more quarters and let's see what we get. Now, as you can see, the boat's kind of a little more sturdy. It's not floating around so much, so willy-nilly. All right, so we got 10 more quarters. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 10 more quarters. So I'm going to put those in there. So now we've got 20 more quarters in there. Quick math. How many dollars is 20 quarters? All right, let's see if we can do 10 more. Now, again, watch the level of the boat. The boat is getting further and down into the water. Right now, those quarters are actually sitting below the water. There's 8. 2 more. Here's 10. Okay, 10 more quarters. Here we go. Holy cow, my design's still... Uh-oh, what do you guys notice right there? How close... Let me spin this so you guys can see it. Look at how close that edge is to the water. Should I mess with it? Should I leave it? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. So you can see when you build something, you have to account for everything all the way around, because once water gets in, you're in trouble. The Titanic, they built it so it wouldn't sink, but once the water got in, it rose up to the... As long as it could keep coming in, it was coming in, and that was the problem with the Titanic. It could keep coming in. 10 more quarters. 3, 6. Gotta get rid of 2 here. 10 more. Now what I'm gonna do is where's that low spot? I'm gonna put the quarters opposite the low spot. Yeah, there you go. See, it brought that end up a little bit. Holy cow, we're doing good, huh? 10 more. 3, 6, 9. Whoop, got one too many. $40 quarters. Doing good. I'm still a little nervous about that low spot there. I'm going to run out of quarters. 2, 4, 6. Need one more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. We didn't make it to 50. And it came in that low spot just like I thought it was going to. So, when you do your design, you need to take into account, like, okay, how high do I need to make my sides? How high, I got to make sure that they're all even, so that as the boat goes down, it goes down evenly. It really shouldn't matter as far as balancing it out. I will say this, the bigger the boat you make, the more water is going to be displaced, so the more stuff you can use. Okay, the smaller the boat, even if you made a boat that looked like a glass, that's going to hold a lot because it takes a long time to go up the sides, but it's not going to be very stable. Okay? Now, I talked about making something round, and I just want to show you this. Out of the way there, Ocean. A round boat. Just grab yourself a lid, or you could take your little Tupperware thing like I have here, okay, and you could make something round, a round boat, and see what that does. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in to get the basic shape. Okay, I'm going to fold it in. Now I'm going to come right back with that so you guys can see it. I'm back. Now, here's my round boat. Kind of looks like a taco bowl. All right. Now, it's not as spread out as the square one was, so the displacement could be different. The sides are pretty high. I'd say the sides are probably 3 to 4 inches high. So what do you think should happen? It should be able to hold more, shouldn't it? All right, so I've dried off my quarters from the boat that we sank. Let's go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 quarters in there right now. So that's a total of 53 quarters we have here. And just to kind of give it some mass there, some stability as it gets in the water. And it floats. All right, so now here's our task. Let's see if we can get all 53 in there. Ooh, I didn't like how that tilted there. You see how it tilted? Let's see if we can get them over the other side. Ooh, they keep wanting to go to that side. There we go. Now we're getting it balanced out. Okay, again, look, if you can see, that water is now higher than the quarters. That's the displacement. The mass of the quarters is displacing the amount of mass in that water. So that water is going up as the foil boat goes down. That's the displacement. So it stays floating as long as the what? As long as the water can't get inside. Geez, I wish I had more quarters. All right, my last ones. So, what can we say about this design? Now remember that those sides were about 4 inches high, and now I would say there's maybe 1.5 inches sitting out of the water. You can see the water levels right up here. That's probably 1.5 inches or 2 inches below the water line is where the quarters are. So, as I said in the assignment, come up with, a few designs of your boats. See what you can come up with. Does one that's shaped like a football work better? Does one that's shaped like half a basketball work better? This one had a flat bottom. Does a round bottom? Does a curved bottom work better? Anyway, give it a shot. Try it, and let Mr. Long hear your ideas. Okay, good luck, guys. Bye.